Zubelake looking in for the sign. And here comes the first pitch. It's swung on and fouled back to the screen, 0-1. No balls, one strike, one on here for the Dolphins in the bottom half of the third inning. Both teams coming into today's game with identical 9-7 records. The pitch. Up high for a ball, 1-1. DiBenedetto down at first base, one of two freshman starters for the Dolphins. She's attempted 2 stolen bases and been successful on both attempts. The 1-1, and that's swung on, and that's drilled into center field, but King goes back on the ball and makes the catch for the second out. So that time Riches hits the ball very hard to center field, but another good defensive play in the outfield by the Violets, and with 2 outs now and a runner on first. That'll bring up Jamie Holmes. Holmes hit the ball deep into left field at her first at-bat, and the wind blowing in could have prevented a 2-run homer for Jamie in her first at-bat. She's 0 for 1. The wind and the pitch swung on, skied in the air to center. King is there. She's under it, and she makes the catch. So King makes all 3 putouts for the Violets in the Dolphins' half of the third inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, 1 left, 3 complete in the books. 1-0 Violets lead. We'll step aside, take a break. You're watching women's softball coverage right here on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com. We're back, and we're getting ready now for the top half of the fourth inning. The Dolphins trailing in this game by a score of 1-0. They've only gotten 1 hit here so far in 3 innings against Carissa Zubelake, but the Dolphins have hit the ball hard and not really had much to show for it. So far here this afternoon, some good outfield play by all 3 outfielders by the Violets, King, Stefani, and Maines, helping preserve this 1-0 Violet lead. And here as we head into the top half of the fourth inning, it'll be Sacarino leading off here for the Violets, and she's ahead in the count 1-0 as she singled in the first inning for 1 of 2 NYU hits, and she drills that one foul down the left field line and out of play, and that'll even the count up at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike here. Sacasino leads off, and she'll take that one for a ball, 2-1. We're struggling a little bit with our internet connection and going in and out, and we're working on trying to correct that as soon as we can. Meantime, Dolphins find themselves down by a score of 1-0. The pitch just inside for a ball, and that's going to run the count now to 3-1. A leadoff walk, the only run of the game, as King led off the first with a walk, stole a couple of bases, came around to score. That's where we are now, as that one is drilled into center field. Going back on the ball and making a very nice play deep in center field is Severiso for the out. So nice defensive play that time by the Dolphins for the first out, 1 up, 1 down. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Ashley Maines.
The right fielder, number 22, Ashley Maines.
Maines struck out in the first. She's 0 for 1 as she grounds out one to third, foul. Galbo fielding that one just on the wrong side of the foul line. So Maines falls behind in the count now, 0-1. So Trapani ahead in the count here, 0-1. And the next pitch up high for a ball, 1-1. Trapani looking in for the sign. The 1-1 pitch is swung on, check swing towards first base. Played there by Holmes. She'll underhand it to De Leon in time for the out. Good defensive play that time for the Dolphins for the second out. 2 up, 2 down. 4 in a row retired now by Trapani, and that'll bring up the designated player, Jacqueline Flynn. Flynn fly to center. She's 0 for 1, and she drills that one deep to right, way back, and that one's going to be off the top of the wall. Guatella comes up throwing in right field, but able to make it in standing with a 2-out opposite field double will be Flynn. And the Violets have a runner in scoring position now with 2 outs as they get their third hit of the afternoon. And it looks like we might have a pinch hitter or a pinch runner coming into the game for the Violets, as we see Kindle standing in the box, and we are going to have a pinch runner, and that'll be number 42, Anna Sansky. Or Sankey.
Pinch running at second base for the Violets, number 42, Anna Sankey.
So a pinch runner here for the Violets now. With a runner in scoring position is Tyndall the batter. Tyndall got hit by a pitch in the second, so she's looking for her first official at-bat as Trapani trying to get the Dolphins back onto the bench with a runner in scoring position now with 2 outs. Trapani winds the pitch to Tyndall, swung on and ripped foul down the left field line and out of play. Trapani now ahead in the count at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes now. Strapani looks in. The 0-2 pitch. Swung, and that's drilled deep to left field, way back, and that ball is gone. So Mary Tyndall takes an 0-2 pitch and drills it deep over the left field wall as she hits her second home run of the year. Drives in runs number 9 and 10, and the Violets take a 3-0 lead. So that time, Trapani got herself the first 2 outs of the inning, gave up that 2-out double, and then on an 0-2 pitch, caught way too much of the plate as Tyndall took that one and drilled it deep over the left field wall against the wind, and that gives the Violets a 3-0 lead. So Kimber Yamamoto that will be the batter now with 2 outs and nobody on, but a big 2 runs scored by the Violets, and they now lead by a score 3-0 as Yamamoto check swing foul out of play, and the count goes to 0-1 Yamamoto sacrificed in the second in her only at-bat. The wind and the pitch. Swung on, hit hard towards short. Nice play by Richards at short. The throw over to first. Scooped out nicely by Holmes for the final out of the inning, but not before the Violets do some damage with 2 outs, 2 runs, 2 hits, nobody left, 3.5 in the books. 3-0 Violets. We'll step aside, take a break, and we'll be right back. We're back getting ready now for the bottom half of the 4th inning. The Violets with 2 runs with 2 outs in their half of the 4th inning have opened up their lead to the Dolphins to a score of 3-0, 3-4-1 for the Violets, 0-1-0 for the Dolphins, and the first pitch to Joyer is taken for a ball, 1-0. Vanessa fly to center in the second. She's 0-for-1. The wind and the pitch is taken for a strike, 1-1. De Leon on deck for the Dolphins. Zubalake looking in for the sign. The 1-1. Foul back up over the screen, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to Joya, leading off here in the top half of the 4th. The wind and the pitch is going to be a check swing and a call, strike 3 by the first base umpire. So Joya strikes out for the first out, 1 out. Nobody on, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Gabrielle De Leon.
Second baseman, number 6, Gabrielle De Leon.
De Leon singled for the lone Dolphin hit of the afternoon in the second. She's 1-for-1. First pitch is a swing and foul back. Count goes to 0-1. The wind and the 0-1. Taken for a ball. That evens the count up at 1-1. Zubalake looking in for the sign. The 1-1. Take it on the outside corner at the knees for a strike, 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. De Leon finds herself down in the count here. Dolphins find themselves down 3-0. That's a swung on and grounded to second base. And the throw over to first base in time for the final out. Nice play by Yamamoto as she ranged towards second base and got the ball over into Tyndall in time for the second out. 2 up, 2 down for the Dolphins, and that'll bring up the designated player, Erica Olson. Olson struck out in the second. She's 0-for-1.
Designated player, number 25, 44, Erica Olsen.
So the Dolphins find themselves down by a score of 3-0 here, with 2 outs and no one on in the fourth. And the first pitch to Olsen is a swing and a miss, strike one. Erica struck out on 3 pitches in her first at-bat. Zubelake winds, and the pitch is taken on the outside corner at the knees for a strike, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. The pitch is swung on, that's drilled down the left field line. That's going to be in for a base hit. Olsen will make a big turn at first base, but she'll hold right there as a nice defensive play once again by Stefanelli to get in the corner and make a nice strong throw into second base to hold Olsen to a long single. So she'll be on first base with the Dolphins' second hit of the afternoon. So Severizo will be the batter. She walked in the second in her only at-bat. So now the Dolphins trying to see if they could get some 2-out lightning of their own in their half of the fourth inning, down 3-0. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch. And that's taken for a strike, 0-2. Close pitch on the outside corner. At the knees. No balls, 2 strikes to count. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Severizo strikes out for the final out of the inning here in the fourth. For the Dolphins, no run to hit. They leave 1. 4 complete in the books. Dolphins trail by a score 3-0. We'll step aside, take a break, and be right back. We're back getting ready now for the top half of the fifth inning. Dolphins trail 3-0. It'll be Clemens, King, and Kennison, 9-1 and 2 for the Violets. And the first pitch is up high for a ball, 1-0. Pitch by Trapani is taken on the inside corner at the knees for a strike, 1-1. Trapani looking in, the 1-1. Swung on, and that's blooped into left field, and that'll be in for a base hit. DiBenedetto comes in quickly to field it, but it'll be a leadoff single for the number 9 batter, Morgan Clemens. It's going to be the 5th hit of the afternoon for the Violets, and that'll bring us to the top of the order, and the center fielder, Diana King. King came in leading the Violets in batting average. He's 1 for 1 on the afternoon with a couple of stolen bases and a walk. She also scored the first run of the game. Leading off, it takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike on King now. With Clemens at first base, the pitch is fouled back up over the Violet dugout now to play. And that'll run the count now to 1-2. 3-5-1 for the Violets, 0-2-0 for the Dolphins here in the top of the 5th. The pitch, grounded to third, played there by Galbo. She gets it over to second for 1, but that's all they'll get. So King reaches on a 5-4 force out, and with 1 out, she'll now be at first base, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Taylor Kennison. Freshman shortstop for the Violets as she takes the first pitch, shows bunt, and takes a strike, 0-1. Trapani looking in for the sign. Holmes in at first. The pitch is down low for a ball. The throw down to second base is not in time once again. Another close play at second base. But King able to make it, so she steals her third base of the afternoon, and she's now in scoring position with 1 out. I think that was taken high for a ball, so I believe the count will be 1-1. Trapani winds. The pitch is taken for a strike, 1-2. The pitch is swung out and foul back, and the count holds at 1-2. So Stefanelli on deck. Violets with a runner in scoring position, 1 out. They lead by a score of 3-0. The pitch swung on and fouled off, and that's going to run the count, or hold the count, I should say, at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. The pitch is swung on and popped up foul, so the count will hold at 1-2. A run in the first, 2 runs in the fourth for the Violets, and they lead 3-0. And that pitch is up high for a ball. That's going to even the count up at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Trapani spins the ball around. The 2-2 pitch is swung out and fouled off once again. So Kenderson having a good at-bat here, making Trapani work as the count holds at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch fouled off once again, and the count will hold at 2-2. Trapani looking in for the sign. The 2-2 is taken on the inside corner, strike 3. Nice pitch that time by Trapani, as she gets Kennison looking for the second out of the inning. For Nicolette, that'll be her 3rd strikeout of the afternoon. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Stefanelli, with 2 outs and a runner on second base. Stefanelli grounded to short and struck out in her previous 2 at-bats. She takes the first pitch up high for a ball, 1-0. Trapani looking in for the sign. And the pitch is swung on, bounce back to Trapani. She plays it on a couple of hops and gets it over to Holmes in time for the final out. So for the Violets, no runs, a hit. They leave one, 4.5 in the books. Dolphins trail by a score of 3-0. We'll step aside, take a break, and we'll be right back. He's for a strike, 0-1. The first pitch is taken up high for a ball, 1-0. 2 out, nobody on, bottom half of the fifth. Dolphins down 3-0. And that pitch is up high for a ball. And DiBenedetto gets ahead in the count now at 2-0. Blake looking in. The pitch is swung on and fouled back up over the screen. 2-1 now to DiBenedetto. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and fouled back, and that'll even the count up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on for the Dolphins in the bottom half of the fifth. The 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. So the Dolphins get retired in order in their half of the fifth inning. Nothing across for Zubelake. She now has struck out 5. We'll step aside. 0-1. Afternoon, and the Violets lead 3-0 as Trapani ahead in the count now, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and drilled into right center field. No one's going to get that one as it's into the gap, into right center field. Patella comes over. She plays it in quickly, but not before a lead-off 2-strike opposite field double.